Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of my series where I play R.E.P.O games weekly. Now, today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. Today, I want to go and piece together the lore of R.E.P.O. I don't know anything about the lore, but I do know there is lore, and I'm thinking if I were to go through the maps and put down hints of what I think could be useful, then that would be very interesting for a video. The spray paint in this map, I think that is going to be very useful. And at the end of each shop sequence, I'll be going over the lore that I was able to piece together from this map, going over everything. So, alright, so let's go on. So, merry lives. By the way, guys, this is the last episode I'm going to make before Christmas of the year 2025. So I just wanted to tell you guys, Merry Christmas, and have a happy holidays. So I figured out something about Mario Circuit 3 here. Mario Circuit 3 can hear you 5 times. So you make sound in this game, there's a sound system. Yes, I looked at a couple more guides. And Mario Circuit 3 can hear you 5 times farther away than every other enemy in the entire game. But I do know that, so to prevent him from coming over to my room, to this room constantly, I'll be crouch walking because that makes less sound. Oh jeez. So I think getting museum is good because that's a pretty lore heavy map, I can tell. Some of these don't really look like it's supposed to be lore, to be honest, but some of these absolutely do. No. Ah, dang it. Alright. Alright. Mario Circuit 3 isn't bothering me again, too. Alright, so there are a couple things here. Jeez, there's also spray paint up here. How many people hate this dang establishment to even go up into the locked room upstairs? Alright, Mario Circuit 3 might be coming back. Oh. Ah, dang, that's so sad. I'm mad about that. I can't believe I dropped it like that. I definitely lost a solid $7,000 there. Alright, this has got to be important right here. It's a dead freaking semi-bot. Bucket for you. Alright, so let me get the rest of the items on this map then, while I easily can. Okay, so this is going swell. Huh. What are these paintings? They seem like parodies more than anything. Oh geez, there's actual things here for once. That's actually incredibly rare. We'll bring this down the vent. Aw, dang it. You just had to come at the worst time possible, haven't you? For the first level, this is going pretty terribly. $13,000. $13,000 is definitely the worst I've ever done on the first level. Besides, like, the first couple times I played and I didn't do Mr. Crab strategy. You guys want to see an episode where I don't do Mr. Crab strategy? Alright, well that's it. So I'm gonna go and put this into the extraction point and then leave. Oh wait, actually I wanna see what Taxman has said, because Taxman seems important enough. Is that Taxman? Is that all he is? Is he just like a monitor guy? Cash register, burn money, okay. Sucks how little money I actually got this time. Like, genuinely. I'll get a grenade now. At least I got strength for once. Alright. And also, I'm gonna be checking the shop to see if there's anything notable. Okay, so the cash register is dead. Alright, so let's continue this. Wait, why is there a security camera? I'm gonna be light as a feather. Alright, so where is that thing? Alright, so what is in here? Weird, so this guy has the same hat as the other guy, but just blue. Okay, so let's continue then. I think it's about time we go. Alright. So I guess this is what the outside world looks like. It's about time we go and look at the evidence we have so far for the lore. So here's my lore board. So here's all the stuff I have found in the shop that was interesting. First of all, the outside world. I found that interesting because there were other cars. There was more cars parked in the gas station. And so I'm wondering, but we came to the truck. So, and there's no one else here. At least I think so. Next we have the two dead guys. I mean, arrow pointing together. Because they do wear the same hat, just different colors. This is the cash register guy. Who does our money go to? That's what I'm wondering. Because usually goes to the cash register guy, but he's dead. Also, security camera company, and then there's security cameras in the shop, and then this is the outside world looks like. And then let's move on to over here. Here we have Taxman says. This is what I'm gonna put. What Taxman says: get money and more money in your hands. Bring it to the extraction point and make a profit. That's all I'm seeing here. Love, hard working Taxman logo. I don't know. Actually, I think it's just a laughing emoji, not Taxman logo. All right. So here we have a couple of sigils that show what's happening in the museum. Mildly disturbing furniture. And then there's a date here, 1/1/30. So New Year's 30, might be 36. Okay, this might be the stupidest thing I'm gonna say on this channel. The heat death of the, so remember that heat death of the universe, August 12, 2036? What if this did happen, they let that off, and then after that, the heat death of the universe happened, and that's why people have not towed their cars, that's why we're the only people on Earth. And we were sent to like a different planet? Or we survived the heat death of the universe? And then we have this. All out of the paintings. Here it says, took my pal. They took my pal. After that, both of his pals are in X is on their face. And it looks like it might be coming from this guy, but he's dead. He's also dead. It's coming from the red guy. After this, it says, the creatures of folklore on the drug sigil. So, folklore, the creatures. Alright, hold on. Maybe this could be related to folklore. So, then that would make sense with the flying skull, Sans. Yeah, here's Sans spitting out cash. Not even like trying to kill you, so I don't know about that. Here is an eye, and then there's this. Human group. Stop Taxman and end Taxman. Human group. They die. These are a bunch of dead semi-bots. And people put end Taxman human group. So these are by the same people. For some reason this one has X's that are black on them too. This one only has X's that are red. So they took my pal. Wait, so let me guess. So Taxman is killing these semi-bots. Because every single time we see a reference to Taxman, it's always about semi-bots dying in this art. So this goes to here, which is the end Taxman human group. So Taxman kills the semi-bots, they take their happiness, and so people have banded together, the human group, to stop them. Alright, so I'm gonna take a strength upgrade. Alright, let's continue this. I'm also gonna probably take a look at each painting, maybe. But I don't think they're actually lore really relevant. I don't know, the spray paint seems a lot more relevant than painting. Oh. Dang it. Alright, so let's continue forth. This is getting very interesting, I will say. Yeah, so I'm not really gonna look through, like, most valuables either, because I just don't think they're gonna be very lore accurate either. I'm gonna head back to the extraction point, put down some of my items. Alright, let's continue this. Alright, so, like I said, I want to get to at least level 5, if possible. Or level 4, it really just depends how much lore I can manage to squeeze out of these maps. Jeez, if only I got a health upgrade. I really did not do well last time. Okay, give this to me. And also, I'm doing not that well. I actually have hurt a lot of items and broken a couple. Continue, Ava. Oh, yes. Alright, so that's gonna be swell. I still don't understand, like, if loot carries over or not. Because I always use all my money. Because I don't think it does. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the extraction point. Now, hopefully I don't run into the nun. Yeah, it sucks how much money I'm losing, however. I hate rooms where it's, like, incredibly hard to escape and the nun is after you. So I didn't really see any lore thing, you know? At least, not yet. These paintings are not really lore related, I'm pretty sure. Maybe this is more of a nuclear fallout world then. Maybe this is just Fallout. This is just Fallout at this point. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my series where I play Fallout games every single week. Alright, so what is here? Another telescope. That's swell. I'm gonna have to get back to the extraction point soon, however. Another safe with nothing. That's not swell. What's your problem? Who has an asphyxiation for safe with nothing? Alright, so $40,000 for the level so far. Might be 41,000 now, it depends. I know the second extraction point must be right there, but I'm not gonna go there just because I don't feel like it. Doesn't matter to me. I know it's there, so why would I go there and waste time? So the nun's gonna be here any second. I think. Oh geez, this room sucks. Alright, I'm gonna put this into the extraction point and then I'm going. Alright. I don't think I ever saw the other monster. Actually, alright. The guy did a bunch of damage to me. Yeah, there really was nothing there. Like, I don't really think, in the earlier levels at least, there's much lore to that level. I'm gonna get a health upgrade, definitely. No, I'm not getting the photon blaster. It's just not worth it right now. I'll get more stamina. Saving all yellows. I'll get more sprint speed. I'll get a tumble launch. A lot of these upgrades I'm just gonna be leaving in the cart, so I'm guaranteed strength. Sucks I didn't get map player count though, because if I just got map player count, then that would not be bad. I only have $6,000 left, so anything I could get for $6,000. Hey, you wanna know something? I wanna see if maybe I can put one into edit. You know what? What's the point? I'm gonna get a health pack here. Yeah, so I don't really know what else I could see with the shop either. It just doesn't seem like it's very relevant or anything. Alright, let's go to the 3rd level now. Oh, it's the museum again. Alright. So, I'm not really sure what upgrades I want. Oh, first of all, alright. I just see a lot of death head imagery and something, and it's... Alright, let's continue this. So... Just any sculptures of semi-bot seems like it might be important. It kind of sucks that we got 2 maps in a row, because I kind of want to look through every single map, but... The Headman Manor really doesn't have much to speak about. Alright, so... That painting right there, that implies humanity within the semi-bots, I believe. Because, I mean, come on, they're in human worker suits. I'm not exactly sure what to say to that, though. I kind of wish I had more strength. Huh. Let's go. I barely... Man, I kind of regret calling him Jeffy the Killer's Kid. Because his name, it could be so much more sense. It makes so much more sense if it was Balloon Boy, genuinely. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna have that now. Tax. Oh my gosh. Can you stop it? Freaking. Alright, so Grog is there. So I might get more strength upgrades, and then after that, if I have money left, some of the drones, the indestructible drone and the feather drone to help. And then after that, a weapon, but dang. Oh, come on, man, what? I'm so tired of Jeffy the Killer's Kid. Finally. Yeah, so I'm not sure about whatever this has to mean. Alright. Will you notice me? I guess not. Alright. Alright. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Alright. Well. Whatever. Alright. So $47,000. Alright. Well, I'm fine now. You want me? Try me. Try me. Sucker. Ah, let's go. And then after that, some more sprint speed. Having 2 speed will help. Health. Health is a really good upgrade. Stamina. Jeez, I wish I could get the map player count upgrade. Health. Yeah, I'll get crouch rest. And after that, is... Alright, and then after that, I'm gonna make my way up to the secret shop. Alright. Alright, I got a duct tape grenade. Alright, so really quick, let's go through what we learned about the lore to this game in the last level. Alright, so first I added some of these pictures over here. So I added the minor vandalism one. And then there still are these sigils. I gotta add a little bit more than Taxman says yet, because I still haven't, but I will. The Trip My Pal, the Grug sigil, the End Taxman human group, the duck bucket, the sand spitting out cash. Now, I think what's interesting about this is that we are here, we have cash with us, and it's a semi-bot that is dead. And in this picture, it implies a semi-bot is a human. So, I'm thinking, what happens is that the semi-bot here is dead. Skulls are usually commonly used to death, meaning that the semi-bot here that is dead is spitting out money here from Sam's. That's something, I will say. And it also means that the semi-bot here that implies he's human, he's probably a part of the human group, so maybe the player is part of the human group. And here's all the dead heads I found. Now this one is holding a valuable, which is a very expensive skull, saying dead because of that. So it's a semi-bot that's dead, and it's holding something that's dead, and they hate Taxman. So I have an idea. So the semi-bot that's dead is holding the dead head. I know in this game, whenever you kill monsters, you get their soul. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but what if it has to do with the soul thing? What if this is the soul of a monster, basically? It's dead. So a human is giving souls of dead monsters. Souls of dead monsters. And also, I think this relates up here, because maybe this could also have the double meaning of being that, you know, dead has money, but also that money, it also could mean that he is dying, so he's spitting out cash that we collect whenever he's dying by collecting his soul. And so it's a dead semi-bot, which is a dead human collecting monster souls that hate Taxman. And so, let me guess something. And so, after they collect those souls and all their cash, they get recorded by the security camera company that Taxman may work at, that's also watching us. That's why he knows whenever we're going to leave, and he knows he's watching us. And then the cash register guy is dead, so then we give the money to Taxman from the dead souls that he's telling us to kill. And so basically, it's kind of like we're Hitman. I'm not exactly sure. Every single time I see the mention of Taxman, there is a dead guy, so Taxman kills us. So maybe Taxman summons the enemies for us to go and Hitman kill for the souls that we give him. Alright, let's get to the 4th level now. Alright, so he just says he loves money, I think. Alright, let's continue through this. This is actually getting somewhere. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting somewhere with the lore. I'm happy it's not one of those games that has a bunch of lore hidden outside of the game and just in, like, random merchandise and books and stuff. I mean, I don't mind adding extra lore to the game with random books and stuff, but it's really annoying whenever it's like, you know, like you're missing out, like, incomplete, like, very important things. Like, if it's just, like, small stuff, then I don't really care, but, you know, sometimes they do really big stuff. Whenever I see that doll, I always try to get stuff out of my cart, because the doll can easily destroy some of it. Ah, it's Mario Circuit 3. How did he miss that? I was straight in front of him. I wonder what other monsters are looking about. Alright, I'm just gonna go and see this coffin just so I don't forget about it. Yeah, there really isn't like any lore here. There really isn't much loot. Alright, so Skibidi Toilet is here. Also, one good thing you can do to go and help with the huntsman is just, if you just move really fast all the time, then I don't think he's ever going to be able to really catch up to you. But that's same with every single monster, I guess. See, I just don't understand. How is this lore related? When was a pigeon? I'm going to go get the third extraction point, and that will be my second extraction point, because then I'm closer to the beginning with the third one. Just such what extraction points I have. It doesn't seem like there's anyone that's good for that coffin. Alright then. Alright, so one thing I'm going to have to do for the coffin is put it on its side because it can't fit through doors. Alright, so I just sprint and I'm able to move it pretty fast. With Mr. Crab strategy, I at least have to try to get everything. I have to give it an attempt. Oh wait, that one. Can't post or whatever it is. Aw, dang. Aw, dang it. Wait, my cart is broken. Alright, maybe we're not in the clear then. Oh jeez. Well, I'll finish this extraction point. Alright, so this actually might be able to pay off the rest of my debt. If not, worst case scenario, I have to go back to the first extraction point and then go and painstakingly bring back another $800. Or I have to use my duct tape grenade on Skibidi Toilet. Hopefully, this is the last I have to do today. Yep. I'm out. Alright, so I watched this video called The Surprisingly Dark Lore of R.E.P.O. to be able to understand the lore of R.E.P.O. apparently. I will say I think I was at a disadvantage with the lore because I never ever got to go to I never got a map of Mechanic Station, and I never got a map of Swift Broom Academy. But one thing I noticed about this game is that I was actually fairly on point. The biggest thing I got wrong was that I thought that they repos the semi-bots for humans. And I thought the human group were semi-bots that figured out what's happening with Taxman. But apparently, what really happened is that the human group are humans. It's called the Museum of Human Art. They hate semi-bots. They hate robots. It's completely human. So like, and so what really happened is that there was like an algorithm that was made for taxes, also known as Taxman. And one day he was unmonitored, and it kind of made him haphazardly. So he thought about making a price for human souls. And so then after that programmed every single semi-bot, which is like a Roomba. Like they like do a bunch of tasks for people at home to go and kill humans for their human soul, because it wasn't enough. And then after that, they want to get the human souls for that. And so that's why the humans are all gone or dead. And they're not like slow deaths, it's like a really fast death. That's why they're like thrown sporadically around. And so, yeah. So, anyways, what happened is that, and then after that, whenever the souls were not enough to pay a debt, they went and threw the soul into the semi-bots, making them, like this photo suggests, more human. That's why they possess our voice. And so it just, after an AI went rogue, basically, as you see here are some people that are dead. That's what really happened. So I'd say it's around 70, 80, maybe percent right with, well, the information I had at least. Because if I just had the other levels, then I really probably could have told what was actually the case. A lot more, but I just didn't. And so, one last thing too. Apparently this is 30 and not 36. So, the year is 2030 or later. But yeah, there's like an entire timeline going all the way from 2030, which is the lowest point of the timeline, to 2184.